Oh, hi. So Matt has been working at the Media Lab for the last couple of days. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
No, I said say hi, Matt. And then you were supposed to say hi, Matt. It would have been hilarious.
I'm sorry.
You ruined it. Ruined something else. Anyway.
You want to buy me McDonald's?
What do you mean buy you McDonald's?
Okay.
Matt introduced me to No Small Creators. I'll put a card that links to the video up in the top right corner. It should be there now, hopefully. If it's not, that's really awkward. Let me try to distill the message down into its essence, into its purest form, the Michelle Pfeiffer of content, if you will. It's the idea that we are more than the number that appears underneath our videos. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm bigger than what I am. In the grand scheme of things, I'm a micro channel. But can we not still provide value? That's an actual question. Please validate me. There's a comment section for a reason. For many who wish that YouTube could become a full-time job, there is this ideal that they hold on to. They have 1 million+ subscribers. They can survive off of the generosity of their audience. They can pursue opportunities because of those people. They're allowed to murder one person each year. Tom Hanks overdoes that allowance each year, but how can you stay mad at that face? Value is so hard to quantify. I mean, there's monetary value, which has all sorts of problems, but you can sell something for $20 and people will either decide to buy it or not. But there's also emotional, spiritual, and intellectual value, and that can vary wildly amongst different people. I mean, I vividly remember going to watch the movie Boyhood, and because I'm pretentious, I loved it. Anyway, I had this deep emotional response to this near 3-hour-long film. The credits come up, I'm wiping away tears, and the guy behind me stands up and loudly proclaims, well, that was a waste of time. We were two people who watched the same thing but experienced something completely different. And this is not an indictment on the guy behind me who was very clearly and obviously wrong, but it's to show that value can't possibly be summed up by popularity. I won't go through my entire sob story of how for many years I struggled with finding value in anything. I felt lost and hopeless. There were small flourishes here and there. I don't want to make it sound like friends and family weren't around to spread joy and precious memories, but there were long stretches of seeming despair, and in those moments I found just a bit of respite from the creations of other people. The musicals of Stephen Sondheim, the books of J.K. Rowling, and the fake fighting of professional wrestling. At some point we should go through each of those in particular, but I want to move on to my own creative life. I turned a corner from a consumer to a creator in the late 2010s. There has to be a better name for that decade. 20-teens? I'm not gonna go to jail for this. Okay, I can't think of anything, but I really became a creator of things in the 2010s. And I knew it would take a while to create what I thought was needed. Followers. Because I looked at other people making videos and what they were able to do, and all I could focus on was the number under their videos. That number was always large. The cool people that I watched had these amazing numbers. And there I was in the single-digit territory. Also the subtitle to the book I'm writing on my dating life, single-digit territory. All I wanted was those followers, because followers meant that I was valuable. Without that big number, I was worthless. Mental health is a bitch. It's really only been in the last couple of years that I realized that my approach has always been wrong. Followers are not what I should care about. Subscribers are not the be-all and end-all, but community is. This is not just one of those marketing things where they substitute one name for another and try to sell you on some grow fast scheme, and is usually packaged in a very useful pyramid shape. The number being big is fun. It gives you a lot of opportunities, but people who find a lot of value in you and can't wait to watch each week is a much better situation to be in. Joss Whedon, creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of my all-time favorite TV shows, once said, I'd rather make a show 100 people need to see than a show that 1,000 people want to see. Because those 100 people will stick with you, engage with you, and be able to support you. It might not be millions of people, but it means I've created something incredibly valuable. Plus, I can go and get my Starbucks in the morning without showering and nobody gives a rip. There truly isn't such a thing as a small creator, not when you're making something of value. I strive to do that each week. Let me know how I'm doing below. Have a great day. I'll talk with you again on Thursday.